What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be continuing with the Neptune through the houses series, and I'm going to be speaking about having your Neptune in your partner's 4th house in synastry. So when it comes to the 4th house, this is the house of home. This is the house of belonging, the house of family, and really feeling comfortable. And having somebody's planets, or even just having the 4th house activated in your synastry, is going to bring about this sense of belonging and this feeling of being in a connection that feels really comfortable. And also there can be a strong sense of really nurturing each other in this connection. When it comes to the 4th house, this is a house ruled by Cancer, and Neptune is a planet that rules Pisces, and both of those are water signs. So when it comes to Neptune coming into this house, there is that energy of some fogginess and stuff like that, but it is more so going to also enhance the emotional fogginess when it comes to it. Which is why in the positive, having this synastry can really make for a great deep emotional connection between the Neptune person and 4th house person. And of course they still have that very strong spiritual bond with the synastry. And with the synastry, it's also going to derive the sense of feeling at home with each other. And both the Neptune person and the 4th house person could actually share in similar dreams or goals of being able to have and build a home. And they could share in similar dreams when it comes to what that looks like, especially when it comes to really building a comfortable and a ideal home life together. And when it comes to the spiritual bond or the emotional bond, they really can feel that on a strong level and feel as though they found a home to be able to have that safe space when it comes to spirituality as well as an emotional bond in the relationship. And generally having the planet of Neptune coming into this house is bringing in the energy of Neptune, which is this dreamy and even very intuitive energy, and it's coming into the house of home, the house of family. It's a pretty personal house when it comes to the 4th house. And for the 4th house person, they can actually feel really connected to the Neptune person on an intuitive level as well, because the Neptune person is bringing this Neptune-like energy to them where it meets their deepest needs. So they could be thinking about building a home together with the Neptune person and family life with the Neptune person. And when it comes to wanting to do those things with the Neptune person inspires the 4th house person in a way where they are able to really fantasize about an ideal home and being able to have a family life together in this relationship. And within those desires, the Neptune person really makes the 4th house person feel seen, and they make them feel seen on a soul level for having those. For the 4th house person, they feel understood, they feel seen, and the sense of being supported in a way that feels very comfortable with the Neptune person. There is something about the Neptune person's presence that really just makes the 4th house person feel safe. And in this relationship with the Neptune person, the 4th house person can feel safe to be able to open up to the Neptune person, because emotionally they feel very connected to the Neptune person as well as spiritually. And in this relationship between the 4th house person and the Neptune person can really feel like a safe space or like a spiritual haven that they share. And the 4th house person kind of craves this sense of feeling a sense of home and a sense of comfort and a sense of belonging that the Neptune person provides for the 4th house person's relationship. And even for the Neptune person, when it comes to how they feel in this relationship with the 4th house person, they do feel the sense of a magical connection. It is a deep connection, and it does touch on the emotional side of things, but they do feel very drawn to the 4th house person for their emotional world. And that could be something that's really attractive and really drawing the Neptune person in this relationship with the 4th house person. And it's the feeling of comfort and even inspiration that the 4th house person kind of brings to the Neptune person that is something that the Neptune person really likes about the 4th house person in this relationship. And what's really nice about this synastry overlay is their ability to pick up on and be able to really understand each other's needs on a deep level in this relationship with this overlay. The Neptune energy is compassionate, and the Neptune person feels the sense of being compassionate and even protective over the fourth house person in this relationship. And they can be in tune with the fourth house person's needs, and they are in tune with the fourth house person, and it's on a level where things don't need to be said as much as it's just felt, because they do have this intuitive connection. However, when it comes to the more challenging sides that this overlay can bring with it, it is in how there can also be this overly idealizing of each other, especially from the Neptune person, who can really idealize the fourth house person in this relationship. And they're more likely to experience that idealization as emotional idealization of each other. And so on an emotional level, they can be very much in tune with each other. The Neptune person here can see the fourth house person through rose-colored glasses. With Neptune and that dreamy kind of energy with it, there is a sense of also looking at the fourth house person through a lens where it's like the lines between reality and fantasy are blurred. And so they can experience a difficulty in really seeing the fourth house person clearly in this relationship when it comes to especially the emotional side of things. Because the Neptune person here feels the emotional connection especially very strongly. And with them feeling the emotional connection especially very strongly, they feel as though they are entering into a relationship where they are going beyond the surface level of a relationship with the fourth house person. And with the fourth house, this is a very personal house, and they are going to experience a relationship that kind of brings out the vulnerable side in both of them with each other. And for the fourth house person, they also feel this strong sense of being connected on an emotional level, but they're more likely to be in a space where they may question that with the Neptune person. They may feel like they're unsure if they're seeing things clearly with the Neptune person, like they're unsure if they are seeing the Neptune person and things with the Neptune person clearly at all times. And that can really also bring up a lot of insecurities, because it is a very vulnerable house. And with the Neptune coming in here, the lines do kind of get blurred, and there is this feeling of not being sure whether they are connecting from a space of genuineness or if it's wishful thinking. And for the fourth house person, they may feel as though they're not fully seeing the Neptune person clearly at all times, like they are projecting their needs and their wants onto them in this relationship. But overall, having this synastry overlay with somebody is a lovely one to have with someone, and it does build a really beautiful and deep connection between two people. However, with that, there's still this need to be able to ensure clarity, as well as being able to ensure honesty between the two of them when it comes to nurturing and building their connection and their relationship, and even any kind of goals around home and family, to avoid any kind of challenges or difficulties around things like over dependency on each other, and even things like disillusionment in this relationship. And another thing is the escapism that having Neptune in this house can bring, especially on an emotional level. And when it comes to the fourth house person, kind of viewing the Neptune person as somebody who's somewhat of the perfect savior or the emotional anchor for them, which is a form of idealizing the Neptune person that can also happen. And it can at times also not be aligning with reality, or lining up with the clear picture that they are getting of the Neptune person. Because with Neptune coming in here, there can be idealizing that is happening, and that can happen in the way that they are looking at the Neptune person's relationship with them. Well, that does it for this video on having your Neptune in your partner's fourth house in synastry. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it helpful. And if you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel for more videos. Well, that is where I love and leave you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.